you Schwick heads, all you Hellcats and road dogs. It's Behind the Wheel again from Shari Schwick at Schwick Wheels. I am Shari Schwick, and next to me today we have Kevin Stevens of Lamborghini Greenwich. Yes. Welcome, Kevin. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
You're a really good friend for many reasons.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Well, thank you.
You and Billy are top tier.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, you and I have already spent quite a bit of our day together today.
Yes, indeed.
I'd say we had a good day.
I agree with that. I think we had a great turnout.
Tell the good people what you and I did since 9:30 this morning.
Man, well, we went to Lamborghini Greenwich.
Of course. Greenwich Squad.
Yep, that's it. Squad up.
I've coined that, by the way, Greenwich Squad. That's mine.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Squad Up. I mean,
Greenwich Squad. I started Greenwich Squad, at least in the context of us.
I'll share Hot Lap with you. Don't worry.
Okay, right? I'll share Greenwich Squad with. Well, I have to. You are a part of Greenwich Squad.
We got to let everybody else in on the Hot Lap thing later. That's a little later though, but don't worry about that, guys. All right, but I mean, we were out for the Lamborghini Greenwich Spring Opener.
Yes.
Down to Todd's Point. There were about 20 cars.
Gorgeous.
20 to 25 cars. Weather turned out perfectly.
Amen.
Great networking, great friends.
100%.
You know, just had a great time. Everything went smoothly.
For people who don't know, Todd's Point is this jewel of a almost public park in Greenwich, Connecticut. So you have to be a resident of Greenwich unless you get a permit. So we had this beautiful ride into Todd's Point, which is on the water. You get to see the skyline of Manhattan in front of you, the Long Island Sound to the left of you, and we gave them a view of the 20 to almost 30
Lamborghini cars.
30 Lamborghinis.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think that people were going to really accept us like they did.
It's very possible. No, there was some interesting intrigue. And I think it was positive vibes.
I think it was all
overall.
positive. I mean, there was a few. You've seen some people covering their ears, some people waving it off. But for the most part, people were pretty intrigued about what was going on.
Oh, is this a club?
Yeah. I gave out some business cards and met some people. So it was actually a really nice time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should go back.
I think we should go back every weekend.
Yeah.
Not? And then we continued on to lunch, which you guys were incredibly generous and beautiful. And we went to Prime.
Yeah.
What town is that technically?
That's Stamford.
Stamford, Connecticut. On the marina. Yep. Wonderful hospitality. Yeah. Not just by you and Paul and Jolana and the hospitality of all that, but you guys need a good dinner on the water, I'd say.
Yeah, that's
go to Prime Steakhouse in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yep, right by Harbor Point. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right by the marina. The docks are right there. You get a nice view of the whole thing.
It was
I really like it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. You know. I'm trying right now. It'd be cool.
Tell the good people, because I know a little bit about you, but I actually don't know a lot about you when I think about it. So you have a degree in marketing, right?
I do.
Talk us through a little bit about choosing marketing, getting into marketing, why marketing?
I mean, marketing for me was, I'm very creative. I think outside the box.
Hot lap you are.
Right, hot lap it is, right? Everything has something, and I think everybody has a treasure trove of information, but you just have to be able to really just, I guess, have the guts to just say it.
That makes a lot of sense about your personality, and just in terms of, it's not just marketing a product, but it's really about getting to, everybody has a story, and everybody's story has value. Yeah. And I know, being your friend, that I know I feel valued by you.
100%.
And I mean, like, all disclosure, you also sell us our Lamborghini.
A lot of cars, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
right.
The reason why we have Lamborghinis is to my right.
Yeah, oh man, I remember that day.
You have, go ahead, please tell us about the day.
The first day,
go for
Billy came in to see that. First, he came in to see a Spider. By the way, it was a spider. It was a yellow spider. Billy sat in that Spider. He had these giant boots, right? Because he was just coming from work.
That's part
right. I mean, like, if you could picture like Bowser from like it's just this big,
From Super
tall guy
Nintendo?
from Super Mario Kart getting into this car. Like, I've never seen somebody make a spider look that uncomfortable, but I was just like, all right, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. I was like, you should go to the coupe. And then there's the yellow coupe.
Because you would think it would be reversed.
Right. The spiders they're smaller interior-wise because your soft top, right? Everything is right behind the driver's seat. Right. So, and if you notice, you actually lose a window. You lose a little rear window on the spider. Yeah. So that's how you could tell it's a little smaller. Right.
This is why we need car enthusiasts on behind the wheel.
Yep. Right now, like dimensions and stuff like that, I'm going to go right.
That's okay.
Let me look it up. But in the coupe, he had much more room. So I go, Bill, get into this coupe. Right. He got sat in the coupe, loved it. And that's how that yellow coupe came about.
And the fact that you're calling it yellow.
You're being giallo.
Very okay. Kevin is probably one of the kindest, most professionally well-mannered and emotional intelligence hero. The only time Kevin has almost ever yelled at me, and when I mean by yelled at me, he just kind of tweaks. And he knows what I'm saying. Yep. It's when what, Kev? When I call the colors of Lamborghini. Yes. I like the yellow one. Yes. I like the green one. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what it is? I think subconsciously I kind of just went with it with you, I think.
Yeah, but you're great.
Right? Because normally I'm just like, no, the Giallo one. The Verde Hydra. Yes. Like the Grigio and this like that. And I'm like, I think subconsciously I was just like, all right, this is Sharon and Bill. The yellow, the gray, the green. No, I don't know why.
You've educated me further.
I have. And you know what it is? It just comes, it just flows. It's like, this is what it is.
Right.
So it just flows out.
So I'm going to tease you one more time, and I promise we'll move on because I do love you so much. So, this wasn't the first time you had educated me on, and everyone, we're talking about the original Lamborghini of Schwick Wheels, the beloved, the sorely missed, 2021 Huracan Evo in Giallo Inti. Yes. Okay? Most beautiful, comfortable car. I loved it. Amazing. So, Kevin has educated me more than once. And so it's like, we're at an event. I think it's like a reveal of something. Or maybe it's a Christmas Greenwich party of like, whatever. And I'm talking to somebody, you're next to me. And I was like, yeah, we have the yellow Huracan. And you're going, Giallo Inti. Giallo Inti. And I was like, it's Giallo Inti. You're like, yeah, Like, it's the closest you've ever gotten to being mad at me.
Oh my God, where were we? Because I remember that day. Like, I remember that. Like, I remember that moment. And I was just like, all right, cool. No. I was like, no, Sharon. Giallo Inti. All right, Giallo Inti. Don't worry. Right. It was like spirit of like Ferruccio was like, shh, correct her. She's like, that's not the Italian way to say it.
That's not the Italian way.
Right. This is a Lamborghini. Come on, right? It's a Lamborghini.
But I've taken that criticism seriously, right?
No, you
have. In good love.
Yes.
And I work really hard now on getting the Verdes right.
Yeah.
But then you guys really did it to me on the Technica. You know why you're laughing.
I can't say it.
I can barely say it. What color is our blue Technica?
That is the blue Uranus. Uranus?
Blue dot Uranus?
Yeah, you said it. You said it.
Blue Uranus.
You heard it here first.
Blue Uranus. How do you say the name of that planet?
Uranus?
I
think it's Uranus. I
don't know, but all I can say is Blue Uranus.
The first time I heard it, I was just like,
so much for the family show.
Yeah. You blew it where?
What
right. That's where I was going with it. But yeah.
But I was being such a good student. I'm like, Grigio Atti.
Blue.
Verde Nero.
And the Blue Uranus. Yeah, Blue Uranus. Yeah.
We had a good run.
Yeah. The guys at Lamborghini probably had a fun time with it.
When they did it. And I don't know how many podcasts this is going to be on until it gets to Italy. It's like nobody went into that like executive meeting and said, sir, excuse me. The Americans have a vulgar sense of humor. And sir, if we name the color this, it'll be so off-brand.
Yeah. What about if they're having a conversation? They're like, somebody bought it.
But nobody giggled? Like nobody mentioned how dumb we are? Over here?
I mean, it's a beautiful color.
It's the most amazing color I've ever seen at Persona.
Saying it. I don't. I mean, you know what? I haven't actually.
And we're talking about it, so it worked that way.
It's like I might call Zach and say, Zach, how do you say this?
Yeah.
Like officially.
Right, but I just can't get over that nobody told Winkleman, sir, all due respect, the Americans will ruin this.
I mean, they might have been like, you know, it's just
I don't know. I think you know what? I really think people were too scared to speak up.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
Right. The team was like,
that's why you need a Shari Schwick. I'm like, I'm going to call it right down center. I'll be like, sir, guess what? Don't call it that. This is what's going to happen.
Do you know America?
Do you not know us at all?
Oh, they're going to eat this up. Like, they're like, this is, you know, right. They're going to eat this color up. Don't worry.
Oh my God. So that's marketing. That's storytelling. Tell us a little bit about how did you find cars? What drew you into cars?
What drew me into cars?
Yeah.
I think my dad, honestly. Yeah, my dad did. Yeah, he did. My dad was a huge car guy.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was into cars his whole life. So he grew up in Brooklyn, right? Grew up in Brooklyn and had a ton of cars. He had Cadillacs, Fords, things like that. And then I think that trickled down to me, inadvertently, because I don't know why, I just saw it, and I think that's also broke me into sales too. Yeah, because he was a salesman. But the car sport, he loved cars, loved races, had a ton of Cadillacs. It was like he had a license plate, David 99, Cadillac Dave, Caddy Dave, things like that. So that was pretty cool. So that's what really got me into cars and stuff like that. So cool. Yeah. Nobody really knows that. Right. Like maybe, obviously Charlotte knows, but things like that. But that's about it. Like,
I see you, Caddy Dave.
Yeah, right. Like there's a video of not video, but there's a picture of they put me in the driver's seat when I was like maybe 2, right? And I guess I pulled the shifter of the car, right? While everybody's like outside paying attention, I pulled the shifter and the car's rolling down the street with me in the driver's side.
That's some like
right. So I don't know what happened with that, but
running after that car.
Right. So so that was that. That's how I really got.
Well,
into
you're
cars.
Here today, so somebody
right. Yeah,
got on the brake pedal. Did the car hit or did someone stop it?
I think they just stopped it.
Okay.
So it was. I guess it was scary for a while, right?
That is scary, Kev.
Right. Like I don't even let Charlotte like drive the car 5 feet. I'm like. She's like, do you want to drive? I'm like, no, you're going to go through the house. Like, listen, everybody's seen that video of the kid with the Mustang where he goes through the guy.
Yes. Yeah.
No, can't have that.
So parenting in cars is also a very different thing. It's one thing to love cars and then you have your kid, your kid in a car and you go, no.
Could you imagine that?
No, I can't.
No, neither could I. But, it's cool to say, but it would never happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And how'd you end up at
Lambo? Honestly, I was always going to be at Ferrari or Lamborghini.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you it's just something you just manifested?
Right.
Like that's just where you were going.
That was one of those
Italian
things.
exotic.
That was one of those things.
Who wants me first?
Yeah. I worked for Mercedes for a very long time. So
okay.
I started in my first place was Mercedes.
Okay.
I was young, didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
Had a great gig at Mercedes-Benz in Manhattan, right? Didn't know, but I was washing cars, things like that, Then moved to Honda. Did a Honda thing, Honda bid, sold Hondas, loved it, learned a lot.
What years were those with Honda?
Honda was maybe, I don't know.
Early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
That's pretty hot for Honda.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Like, that was a great time with Honda.
Yeah.
Like, you learned so much.
Civics were getting ripped left and right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, I had Mugen Civics stolen and, all this stuff. Yeah, SI stolen. Those were, like, the cars. Like, I remember, like, I'm thankful for Honda. I am. Because you got to meet everyone. Like, it was all different types of people here and there. You got to really learn how to move and groove and how to become like a chameleon in sales. Right. So you get to learn things and how to talk to people, how not to talk to people, how to defuse situations, and how to learn what's important with cars. I mean, the whole thing is important, everything, all the knowledge, but what is really hot spots? What's feature, function, benefit, things like that. Really the sales 101 guide. Then went to Mercedes, and Mercedes was Mercedes. It's grand car. It's who doesn't like a Mercedes? And then from there, I always said, like, listen, I'm going to work for Ferrari or Lamborghini. McLaren wasn't even like McLaren, Bugatti, none of that. No. I didn't want any of that.
Yeah.
Like, these are the cars. Like, did I know a ton about them? No, I didn't.
That's okay.
No, right.
But you just knew what brand.
Yeah, I knew what brand I wanted to be in. Yeah. It was going to be one of these two.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you went Lambo for many reasons.
Yeah, me too.
Can you imagine?
Right. I don't know if I'm really a Ferrari. I mean, Ferraris are cool. Okay.
Of course they are. They're beautiful.
They're beautiful cars.
Yeah.
Beautiful cars.
We get accolades where they're due.
Right.
So then what's the call? Is it like putting your resume out and see who goes first? Or like how do you get to Greenwich?
It's we had a rough, it was right, we're coming out of COVID. Because I worked all through COVID with Mercedes. And then what happened was I just happened to look on Indeed. Yeah, it was one of those random Indeed searches.
Okay.
Right? And then it was like opening a store in Greenwich. Done.
My mind is going like this right now.
That was it. Right.
Because that means that like our lives crossed like at the time, because that hurricane that we just talked about was a 21.
Yeah. Yep.
And we were at the grand opening party with Greenwich. Yeah, so are we really like one of your first customers?
You guys are really like within my first one or two customers. You guys are the first two customers of mine.
Nice to meet you, Kevin Stevens.
And then awesome. Yeah. Right.
And we're regs now.
Right. Just regulars. Wow. That's it. Family. That's it.
So when we're all viral and everything, and Lamborghini's like, who brought the Schwicks into Lamborghini?
This guy.
Kevin Stevens.
Done.
That's epic. Yeah. I am so excited for us.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
A little tidbit. When
Please.
So side note, right? With you, I heard.
Oh God.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Guys, bring this in close, right? Bring this in close. So I heard with this that Sharon was a mean lady.
Oh, I am.
I mean,
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. But it's just like from someone else that I don't know if I really mentioned his name, but really it's like, so you remember AJ?
KJ.
Not KJ. Not KJ. AJ.
AJ from New Rochelle Chevrolet. Yeah. Oh, I am a mean lady.
Yeah, from AJ.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like he was like, she was super mean. Don't you just call her first before you even think about selling Bill that other car. And I'm like, I don't think she's that mean. She can't be that mean. Like, I've met you. You didn't seem like it was like that. I was like, no, that can't be right. I was like, something's wrong. But I was intimidated to meet you. I was like, who is this lady? And is she going to like rip me apart?
She's going to eat me.
Yeah. It's like, that's it. Like
I ate them.
Like that was
New
like,
Rochelle Chevy.
Oh man.
And they have not sold us anything since.
Oh my God.
I ripped them apart.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he still walked out with the blue TRX, but
but I don't want that smoke.
And AJ moved to North Carolina.
You moved the kid. You chased him out of New York.
I can't do sales anymore. I can't do sales anymore.
You chased him out. That's how mean it was. Wow, you ruined his life now. Now he's selling cars out there, hopefully.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that's what it was. Like, I was like, I am petrified of her. Yeah, like I was, until like I met you and then you started lighting and we lighted. I was like, oh no, she's great.
Oh, I'm great. Everyone hear that?
She's super
I'm great.
She's great, awesome. It's great vibes. Fun time. We've done real estate things with the.
Yes, we have done real estate things.
Yeah. Yes, that was a beautiful house.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Still didn't sell.
Yeah, right.
Not our fault.
No?
No.
I had a lot of...
And it wasn't my listing, just FYI.
The house was beautiful. Probably overpriced.
Yeah.
For what it was. But yeah.
But that's a good segue, too. Where I also think like why we connect as friends and just as professionally as well, if I may say so. So I'm in real estate. I'm on a sales side. You're on a sales side with cars. There's two ways, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's two ways to do sales. You have your typical like sleazy salesperson, like, don't I have a deal for you today? You know, like, come on in kind of a thing. And then there's the person who I think we both are, where it's you're assessing a need, you're listening to a story, and you're actually acting more as a consultant versus like, we could do this, or we could do this, or we could wait.
Yeah.
And then we could do this, or we could do this, or we could wait.
Yeah.
And then when someone says, I could wait, you could.
Yeah.
But it won't be this one, and I think that's why I think you and I kind of drive.
Yeah.
Because it's very sleazy. I'm sorry. At that place, that thinks I'm very mean. But I think you can also speak to it. I also just call it down the middle. Like,
which is great.
I'm gonna call your bullshit out.
Listen, I mean, that's what you want sometimes. You want somebody just to call it down the middle and just like, really kind of sock you in the face with it. Like, you're like, oh wow, did that really happen? But you're like, all right, I respect it.
Yeah.
But there are some sleazy type,
Of course. I mean, both of our businesses, it opens itself to that.
It is.
For sure.
I mean, I'm always like, if you want this,
great,
you're gonna do it. If you're on the fence, take your time. That's fine.
Because whether it's in sales or relationships or parenting or whatever the heck it is, people will not remember what you said. They will remember how you made them feel.
Yeah, right.
And if you can approach things with integrity as best you can, obviously because we all have jobs, but when you approach people with integrity and respect and a humbleness of like, to use a pun, taking the foot off the pedal for a second.
Right.
They'll be like, when they are ready to buy something, they'll be like, well, I want that guy.
Right.
Because when I'm with Kevin, I feel, because they remember the feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's, you can come off a little bit, ease off the pedal some, but sometimes, and sometimes you can do both. And then sometimes you just have to apply a little bit of pressure.
We gotta go now.
Right. You got to apply pressure because, you can be on the cusp of, you know what? I might want it. I might not want it. But then sometimes, you're just like, listen, you got to do it. Got to do it now. And then they're like, you know what? I just needed that.
Yes. But I think that's what makes it work, because when the trust is established in that working alliance, now when you or I need to apply pressure, it's like, oh, the person I trust is applying pressure.
Right. I'm not doing this just to make a quick buck.
Oh, Sharon must be. Oh, Sharon says we got to get into contract. We got to go.
Right. There's a reason.
Or you're like, listen, this is a hot spec. It's gonna go.
Right.
Like with us.
Yeah.
Like with that STO. You realize like you guys got to see it. You guys got to see it now.
Yep.
Because we were shopping for STOs for a while. And that's the STO that we use today, because that was the one. Somebody's chomping at the bit to come in, so I think this is a good time to bring in Uncle Billy.
Uncle Billy. Listen.
Also now known as Bowser.
Georgia? Listen,
give him a handshake, babe.
I
pretend you haven't seen him all day.
I coined Billy.
Oh, they're going to hug it out. That's nice.
Impossible.
I have a name for Billy.
But the I am in the impossible is crossed out. Like it is possible. It's not impossible. It's possible.
I'm impossible.
No, that is true.
The fact that I'm still even married is impossible.
Oh, hold on a second.
Hello.
Did we just change the camera angles with Billy turning the table?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, don't do that anymore.
Mic check 1, 2. Yeah.
Camera check.
Larry, did I mess up?
Mic check.
So you got a
Not
name
really.
for me?
Remember, he said I'm mean, Larry.
Besides Mr.
Remember,
Clean?
I'm a mean lady.
Besides Mr. Clean. Nah. It's Lambo Bill? No.
Yeah, what do you guys...
Lambilgini. That was it.
That's what they call it?
Lambilgini. That's what I just came up with that this morning. Lambilgini.
Oh, that's cute.
I like that.
Think about
I like
that, right?
Too.
Can I get a shirt that says that?
Lambilgini.
Lambilgini.
That's it, right?
You're finally
like that.
Italian.
Trademark. Look at that.
I like that.
Look at that.
See? Look
Every
at that.
day is Saturday.
Right,
Every
that's
day
it.
is Saturday.
That's my new
I'm
trademark.
possible.
So we were with friends the other day, and he has a horrible ex-wife. And he was like, yeah, like we hated each other. I think she was poisoning me. Like, because, like she would feed me and give me, like, we hate each other all day. But she's like, here, honey, here's dinner. And he was like, whatever. I was like, when I hate his guts, I don't make him anything. So it makes me a good wife, I guess.
Good, right?
Yeah, I'm not being poisoned. I hate you so much, I don't feed you. That's how much I love you.
Right.
Is that I won't feed you when I'm angry at you.
So she's never angry at me then because I never get fed.
That means I'm angry all the time.
I have takeout menus for every restaurant, man.
As you should. That's so funny.
I'm neglected.
So Kevin is one of those unique people, kind of like Austin of AGSD Media, who has relationships with both of us as Bill and as Shari Schwick, and then also has a relationship as us as a couple. Yes. What's that like, Kev?
Oh, it's a whirlwind. Like it's one of those things like you don't know what you're gonna get today. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. Like, are you gonna get like the super fun, jokey, or you're gonna get like super serious, or one serious, the other one's joking, and it's like, what are you gonna get? You know, it's like
I have no
fun.
Awareness of this. Yeah, this is awesome to hear about this.
Fun. Like
he's like, it's fun. I don't know if it's fun.
It's fun because you just don't know what's happening. You know, you guys come into the dealership and it's just like, well, so which one are we gonna get?
Kevin's always calm.
So what's it like in the dealership when he's there by himself?
All work stops.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. It stops.
Lamborghini's there. What is it again?
Lambilgini.
I gotta get a shirt that says that.
Lambilgini, right.
I'm going online tonight.
Okay. Right, that's it. That's gonna be a top seller.
I gotta order GoPros and Lamborghini shirts.
Yeah, that's gonna be all over every Bill, William, all over the country.
Lamborghini.
That's it. They're gonna have they gotta buy it from Schwick Wheels. They gotta buy it from Schwick Wheels. Lambilgini.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask a slightly self-serving question. You please please answer honestly. What's it like when I walk in by myself? I know how I feel. Yeah, I have a good time with you guys.
Yeah, it's calm.
We have coffee together, a little sparkling water maybe.
Yeah, a little chit-chat here and there. That's it. Yeah, right.
I feel I feel sad when I leave you guys. I don't know if you feel sad when I leave, but I feel sad when I leave.
I mean, we definitely miss you when you leave because we're like
I feel
cool.
sales-ish.
No, I mean, no, it's sales-ish, but at the same time,
I'm gonna tell you something about Kevin. When I first met Kevin, it was on a Saturday morning between 11 and 12 p.m. He didn't even know I was coming. I went down a whim, and he had a yellow Lamborghini Huracan in the garage. And he goes,
yellow Lamborghini, see?
And he had it waiting. It's like it was waiting for me. And he goes, this is the car for you, man. And I'm like, oh, here we go. But he was right. I sat inside of it.
You went to the Spider first, from what I understand, and it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, the Spider was very uncomfortable. And he showed me a yellow and black one inside the garage getting prepped. Mm-hmm.
This is
and I bought it right there.
The coupe. Okay.
I started it up.
Yep.
And he goes, you want to take it for a ride? I said, nope, I want it. Yep. And bought it right on the spot.
And do you know that car is the reason for Schwick Wheels?
Really?
So I'm away on a girls' weekend. And I don't think you know this. Hopefully we have time for this. And I come home. And there is a yellow Lamborghini in my driveway. I don't even know Austin yet. I lose it. You want to talk about mean? Oh, I was mean.
Oh, I was about to get
I was
call.
mean.
Oh, boy.
I'm screaming to the point of bloody laryngitis. You know, like where you can taste salt in your mouth because you're screaming so much? Yeah. And I lost my voice for 3 days. And at this point, he's had, the Camaro is in, the Vet is definitely in, and he started talking about having a Challenger. And this is post-COVID, or during COVID, like you said, because it's 2021. So I'm like, all right, we've done the midlife crisis thing, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got his hot rods, or his wannabe hot rods, whatever, right? Come home, yelling, screaming, what have you done? What have you done to us? Because there was no conversation, Kevin, with me at all as to, I'm doing this thing. Can I drop a lot of money on this? I'm screaming. And it comes out where I go, don't you know what this means? This means not only do I have to account for this, but now I have to find a way. I have to start a whole new business so I can start writing this all off. And I'm saying this screaming at the top of my lungs. Fast forward, playing off of the name Schwickwheels. I approached the guys, playing with the word sweet. Hopefully you'll like this from a marketing perspective. I just played off of the words, hey, sweet ride, man, or hey, man, you got some sweet wheels. So I told the guys, it's either going to be Schwick Ride or Schwick Wheels. And they both go, Schwick Wheels. I go, okay, fine, Schwick Wheels. Yeah, and awesome. I put in the LLC formation documentation in the computer, April 21st, 2021. Wow. And that was it. We get the URIS. Ooh, this one on the other side of the screen. comes over the house for another reason, which we'll talk about another time, sees the Urus. He falls down on the floor laughing, couldn't believe himself. I find out that this kid films cars.
Done.
Here we go.
Done.
That's it.
That's
In a
the
podcast
end.
studio all together.
Right. And
for the
now we're
first
here.
time.
Now we're here in this podcast studio,
Yes.
like, filming this. Like, think about that. Like,
It's amazing.
Well, Lamborghini Greenwich is probably
Special
the best
place.
experience.
Yeah.
You guys are beyond special.
yeah.
You go above and beyond the call of duty. I saw you this morning talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we've been to over maybe 15 to 20 dealerships over the last 10 years.
Sure.
And you guys far exceed all expectations.
1,000%.
Philadelphia, all your sister
Already, yes,
all your
they
sister
treated us very
dealerships got nothing on you, man. They can't even compare to. And I don't care if they hear me. They can't do what you guys do. You and Paul run that dealership as if you and him are partners and you own the whole entire business. And Bob is very lucky to have you too
He is.
behind the realms. And I'll tell him over and over again. I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks, so whatever.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
That's awesome.
And I think what's also interesting about you and as we're inevitably talking about our transition of Schwick Wheels. So we go from buying cars with you now. So we've bought 3 at this, like when you're looking at the history of Schwick Wheels and Kevin. So it's the Huracan, the yellow Inti Huracan Evo rear wheel drive. Then it's the 21 Grigio Atti. And then, that's the second Lamborghini.
The second car was the STO.
No, the Urus comes before the STO.
Yeah, the Urus comes first.
And that was the STO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm
that
working
was
on
the
it,
STO.
champ. Then the third one is
Really?
the STO. But now
Can
we're
you do that
moving
again?
from.
Champ.
Oh, we're on camera?
Yeah, absolutely. You can look at me any which ways you want, champ. Get your timeline right.
Jake
Uncle
Paul,
Billy,
Mike
Schwick
Tyson. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, doesn't even know what he
Let's go.
has.
We don't even need Netflix.
Anyway, so we have those 3 cars, and now we've all moved. The 3 of us have moved forward into speccing the cars.
Yeah. Yep.
So right now, what's coming down the line is not 1, but 2 specs.
Yeah.
It's very
3.
exciting.
Think about it.
Well, we've just entered the 3rd. Oh, that's right. We did just
4, actually.
No. We
S.
did just spec the next
Yes, SE.
Yeah.
potential
that's right.
Yeah.
without getting ahead because we don't want to disclose too much to the fans because we want people baited in.
Right.
But there's something that starts with the letter R coming in.
Coming in.
So talk to us a little bit about what do you think is really important without giving out any industry secrets away. You as the person who's establishing trust and the working alliance with someone as a customer, what is important to keep in mind if someone is looking to spec out an exotic car?
What is important to keep in mind? Resale.
Resale.
Right. Think about resale. Because a lot of people, what they do is, it's a Lamborghini. Obviously, you want to go
Bananas.
crazy, right? You want this loud. The car is loud itself, but you want this crazy color, right? Who doesn't want a crazy color? But are you going to keep that car forever, right? If you're not going to keep it forever, then you have to think about the future and you have a little forward thinking and say like, what will somebody else want, or make another dealership say, I want that car. Because in the end, you're gonna try to sell it to another dealership. You guys have us, obviously, so we'll take whatever car you build. But if you don't know us and you're just coming in, you're calling in and say, hey, Kev, I have a 2022 Evo that is orange here, blue here, yellow here.
we see it all the time.
Right. And it goes, well, I don't have a customer for that, right? It's like same thing with the houses. Like they build a crazy lavish house with this here, that there, this here. The pool's in the front yard, and you're right, something like that, and you're like, I can't sell that.
Yeah.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
And then also, how do you approach, or what advice would you give for someone who's wanting to get into the exotic car collection? So maybe they're starting in the pre-certified world. Like, what do you want people educating themselves on when it comes to picking the good pre-certified exotic?
That's actually amazing. That's actually a really good question.
I try, Kev. I do have a master's degree.
Like I was a little like, I was like, what is she gonna ask? You know, I was really nervous about this. You know,
I'm sorry. I could have given you a list of questions before today.
I need a little prep, but you know what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No
Kev.
prep is sometimes good. Sometimes really good.
Okay.
You know, because you're shooting from the hip. We're doing the hot lap. You know,
Doing a hot lap, bro.
I just messed that all up. Like
It's okay.
I was like,
we'll edit it.
yeah, right. Please. Now keep it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it in there. Like, this is on the spot. I think, you know, there's a lot of cheap, not to say cheap, but inexpensive cars, right? And Billy knows this, and you know this too. So there's always things that people do. People will sell you anything. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear, right? What is that like? What is that, like a snake oil salesman or whatever, right? Something like that, right? Salesman. So they'll tell you whatever they want to tell you. Like, yeah, the car's perfect, car's clean, it was driven by like an old lady, blah, blah, blah. But they're just trying to sell you. So, but they don't know like that the mileage was stopped. You know, car was in a crazy accident, things like that. So you can always find an inexpensive car online, right? At another off-brand dealership somewhere. You know, if it looks too good to be true, it is. Most of the times it is true. You know, it's you know, it's not true, right? You want to go to a dealership that's certified.
Yeah.
Right? You pay a little bit more, but it's worth it.
Because auto mechanic bills are expensive.
Yeah, right. You pay less here to pay more there, you know, right? In the end, right?
Yeah. You could go under.
Right, exactly. So now, you know, you bought a car and it's just complete crap. You know, I was on the phone with the client, just not to go off on a tangent, but on the phone with the client, he said his friend bought an SVJ with 2,000 miles on it, right?
Shit.
Yeah, right. For X amount of dollars. And then when they took it to the Lambo dealership, the car had 98,000 miles.
I didn't expect that.
Right?
Number.
Like, me neither. When he said 98, he might have embellished 98,000. Right. But still, more than what you expected.
Different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But think
grossly different.
Right. Think about you just paid, you know, whatever you paid, and then
right.
somebody at the dealership is like
the balls though.
Right.
To be like, this is where I get mean, right? To say it's 2,000, like you couldn't say 38,000. Like the balls to go all the way down to 2,000, and you know you've taken this car above 50,000 miles.
Right.
Like not that it's ever right. I'm not trying to enable that.
Never right. No. But
damn.
You know, right. To go
so what else is wrong with the car?
Right.
If you have a personality that can be that much of a scumbag.
Right.
See, I'm mean.
Like, but who do I go after? Now do I go out to the dealership? And the dealership's gonna go, well, I didn't know. We didn't know. Right? But okay, what else didn't you know? What else don't I know about this? You know, so just go to a certified dealership. Even if I always want people to go to Lamborghini Greenwich, of course, or Philadelphia or Newport Beach. But if not, if I don't have the car, you know, go to another Lambo dealership. But just
because correct me if I'm wrong. Like I know that we've gone through this when we've turned in the Evo, but let's say someone you don't even know, someone maybe lived out in California with their Lambo, and now they live in New York and they want to turn it in or sell it for whatever the case might be. So you've never seen that Lamborghini before. But you're going to take it in, you're going to whatever. For you to then resale it as a Lamborghini, don't you guys have to insure certain things?
Well, we have to make sure that, you know, it goes through a check.
Sure.
Yeah, it goes
like
through
an
extensive check, you know, and service to make sure everything is good. Like before we put that car, before we buy this car, before we buy that car, the car has to go through a check in the service department first before you trade it in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I have an STO coming in another week. So I laid out ahead of time, full transparency, like, listen, you're not going to get a check for this car for a couple days.
Right.
Because the car's going to go through service, going to go through a check, make sure everything is good, make sure everything's exactly what you said it was. Yep. And then once everything is clear, we're good to go. You know, there are people that will scam. Right.
But I think
they're thinking you're just going to give them a check right there.
Right.
But I think it's fair to say, like, for the general public who wants to buy their first Lamborghini used, buy it from a Lamborghini dealership. Yeah.
Certified.
Yeah.
Right,
or whatever your exotic is.
Even if it's not certified, but it's from a Lamborghini dealership.
Yeah.
Because it went through the check.
The other thing I would say, answering my own question, I guess. So a lot of people know that one of my favorite muscle cars that I want, that's on my dream list, is what, Austin? A GT Shelby Cobra GT 500, right? So I was at BMW Mount Kisco one time, and they had a GT 500 Shelby. And it wasn't exactly prepped yet for the showroom, but they still put it out in the front. So I could see the renderings of the sticker of the scratched off piece of the kid's Instagram channel. So what did I do? I looked up his Instagram channel to see how he was treating that car. This kid ripped this car apart. Ooh. Like went viral on certain things. Yep. And now I'm like, yeah, this isn't the GT 500 in my dreams. No. So there's simple things that people can do, I'd say.
Right. Just do your due diligence and, before you buy any. Well, that's with anything. Just do your due diligence before you do it, Yeah. Like, I'm happy. I love this thing. Like, I'm just side note on this right now. Like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, just cool.
Oh, thank you.
Like you guys are matching. There's a great vibe in here. Like it's got the green. You guys got the green, and you got the green shirts on.
Lamborghini.
We're good, right? I'm here with Bill
Lamborghini. You're here with Lamborghini and Shari
Schwick Wheels. Here with Schwick Wheels. I'm in the podcast. We put this thing off so many times. Right? Like, I'm coming back to this. All right. Coming back to this. Right, Larry? We're good, Larry? Yeah, we're good. All right, this is like a takeover. Right? Larry's my man. But this is awesome. We've been putting this off for a while.
Yes.
And I'm glad that we were able to get this going today. High five on that one, I'm glad. And, we're having fun today, so everybody's...
Yeah, it was a good day today.
Yeah. You had fun, Bill?
Yeah, good rally today, yeah. Yeah, in Lambo.
So before we
Looking forward to the Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
Are we going to do Watkins Glen?
Are we doing Watkins Glen?
You can do Watkins Glen.
We're like Spider-Man right now. We're all pointing at each other like, are you doing it? Are you
doing
it?
Is there an invite for that yet, or they had it already?
There's an invite that's,
wasn't sent out yet.
No.
It wasn't sent to us.
It wasn't sent out, period.
It wasn't? Okay. You can be mean. It's okay.
No, it wasn't sent out to
We're not for
anybody.
everyone.
It was just like, are you coming?
Yeah.
Did you ask me?
I asked you before, but I don't think you...
I didn't ask.
I think you said you don't know.
Schwick, that's the problem.
It's too late, right?
What do you mean?
It's too late to go?
No.
It's never too late to go for you guys.
Paul asked me today about it.
You guys are like royalty.
Paul asked me if we were going today. I don't know.
Right.
I'm sorry, I forgot about it.
Right.
We love Watkins Glen.
Because we always sent out... I always send out a bunch of emails, right?
So that's my fault then.
Right, we sent out the emails for like the Super Trofeo races and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you guys had a lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
Oh,
at the time.
Thank God.
Right, so there was
Right,
so
If
much.
it's too late, it's fine.
It's
fine.
So a couple things before we go full throttle with Kevin Stevens here.
Oh, boy.
Number one, if you haven't checked it out on the Instagram page, shout out what's your Instagram handle, Kev?
Lamborghini Kev S.
Lamborghini Kev S at Lamborghini Kev S. Sorry.
Yep, there you go.
Showing my age. But there's a wonderful reel of you, and it's positive, when we did the Urus Performante excursion test drive with Squadra Corsa in Sonoma in California, and you're in the back seat, and
that was cool.
And Billy's learning how to drive. That was awesome.
Yeah.
What was that like, being in the back of an Urus with Billy driving, off-roading?
My neck hurt. Not that day.
Sorry.
Right, but for the next, maybe 2 days later, my neck was killing me. That was a fun time.
My neck's killing me every day.
Right. Listen, if you take cars sideways with Bill, it's crazy. We had this big helmets on, and Bill knows. He hated that helmet. That helmet was massive.
Well, to get that melon into anything is tough. I love you,
Listen,
but
I'm in the
people
same
are not
boat,
ready
right?
for his size. They're just not.
No, it's crazy. We were in that car. We whipped that thing around, and we spun that out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we spun that out, and I'm banging in the back seat like crazy.
I gotta find more GoPro.
Yeah, I was holding the GoPro. I'm holding the GoPro over here. Then we saw a baby. We saw a giant baby statue in there. Yeah. It was weird. It was weird. It was kind of weird.
Oh my God.
I don't know where you were.
I was.
Oh, you were in your own car. No, you were in your own car.
Yeah, the baby on the left side of the pit next to the farm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was concentrating
on the track.
Yeah,
she wasn't noticing. Yeah, she didn't notice.
No, you weren't on the track. The baby.
This was awesome. This is during the drive. That was
during the
So you
drive.
got hurt because of the drive, not because of the off-roading?
No, I just went on a tangent with the baby.
Oh, sorry.
Because anything with Bill is out there.
Yeah.
Right. You go anywhere with Bill.
Why do you think we have to own so many Lamborghinis? So that we can drive ourselves separately.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Today was a little bit,
Yeah, she drives over a lot of bumps.
I would love to see you guys racing.
I can't race him because he'll crash.
Oh, man.
I can't.
Like, he just doesn't
Can't
stop.
I'm definitely throttling at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's like he's like, I'm not losing. I'm going full throttle on this one.
All right, so speaking of going full throttle, here we go. We're going to
go.
give you a couple of fast questions.
Done.
And you just answer it the way you feel it.
Yes.
Okay. Some of these I think I know. Okay.
Don't say nothing.
Let's
Just
go.
ask.
Okay. Paddles or stick shift?
Stick shift.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Paint or wrap?
Paint.
Good job.
Yeah?
Come on. Yeah.
2-door versus 4-door?
2-door.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I know.
It's okay. American muscle or European exotic?
Ooh.
I know what Charlotte would say.
Oh. I mean, she's all, yeah, listen,
I already know what you're doing.
I've never seen her light up until I said they have Hellcats. That's it. Yeah,
Good
that's
girl.
it. I like a little bit of both, honestly.
That's okay.
I do.
I gotcha.
Like,
So do I.
I like,
Obviously.
Yeah. Like, I have a 300 ZX. I'm slowing down the throttle, pulling the throttle back a little bit. Yeah, that's my baby.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my baby. So I have a 300 ZX,
Okay.
1990, manual transmission, cool.
Oh,
right.
wow.
And my thing was I was gonna put an LS motor in it. So I like that Japanese beautiful
Tuner,
styling,
yeah.
right? Tuner styling, but I want that American muscle in it,
That's incredible.
right?
Right.
And that's what I want. So I want a little bit of everything,
That's very cool.
right?
Very cool. Ram TRX or Ford Raptor?
Ram TRX.
Hello.
Yeah, duh.
Duh.
I'm a Ram guy.
Convertible Spider or Coupe?
Coupe.
Amen.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's one
my
for
hair.
Charlotte. M Series or Hellcat?
Nah, I'm a Hellcat guy. I'm not an M guy.
Turbo or Supercharger?
Supercharger. I like the sound.
Yeah.
That's a mean sound that thing makes when you're going. Yeah.
You can only hear pat, 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 so many times. But you got that,
Jump off the cliff.
you know,
like
that's
this is-
the life.
A good supercharger. You hear that?
Turbo
sound,
sounds
you're
like
"Oof."
something belongs in a Toyota.
It does.
Yeah. Like, there may have been a certain Aventador today. I was like, okay, bro. All right. All right, cool. All right, bro. You like OEM or aftermarket?
Depends on what the aftermarket looks like.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah. Sometimes a nice aftermarket piece can take a
Yeah.
car and make it look better.
Right. And then this isn't so much a full. You know what? I was going to ask you, Uncle Billy or Shari Schwick,
Ooh.
but I won't do that to you today. 'Cause I think the love
Gotta
needs to be
gotta
shared
pick favorites,
evenly.
huh?
It's like having multiple children. I love you each differently for different reasons. But we'll end with this one. Thinking of all of Lamborghini, the history of Lamborghini, favorite model
Favorite model
ever.
of all time.
Could be current, could be old.
I love the Huracan. The Huracan is my go-to. Like, that is the everyday supercar for me.
Yeah, I think Lamborghini's in a very special time of their recent history with the series. Any particular like if you were looking at Evo, STO, Technica, any of those kind of you lean towards?
Personally, I like the Evo.
I do love these.
I like the Evo. Yeah, it has an aggressive sound, and it gives me the drama that I want.
And the comfortability.
Yep.
It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, right.
What's he driving today?
So so Kev,
You have a choice.
I didn't even get to choose this, by the way.
What are
This
you going
was
behind
chosen-
the wheel
this
of today?
was chosen for me, all right, by my daughter. So she wants that. What was it? The
brand new.
brand new Challenger.
Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, the Challenger.
Hellcat.
Yeah.
Last call.
Yeah. You know
Last
what?
call.
She
Here it
told
is.
Just
me.
got it.
She goes, "This is the car that Sexy Red was talking about." I go, "Who?"
Who?
Right. I'm like, "Who?"
Sexy
You know
who?
they're matching cars.
Who we
right?
gotta beat up, Charlotte?
Right.
Who you
She's
calling
like, she's
sexy,
like, Sexy
Charlotte?
Red.
Did you not hear your
This is the
father?
car she's
How
talking
mean.
about. Like, I thought she was going to go for the purple car.
That's what
no,
I.
she went straight for the red one. Yeah.
It's a brand new car. Shari Schwick hasn't even
Brand
driven
new
it yet.
car.
Thank you to Kevin Stevens. Thank you, Uncle Billy. Shari Schwick, Schwick Wheels. We went behind the wheel. We'll see you next time.